So Ella, we're going to ask you a few questions today, if that's okay. My first question is, what are your most memorable and best memories of being at Millfield School?
I have to say that I think one of the most memorable things for me was that I met so many incredible friends. I think the one thing that's so brilliant about Millfield is you meet friends for life. And I'm still friends with all my friends now, and it's so great that we get to grow up and share, some of the most poignant moments of our lives together. And I had some brilliant teachers that really sort of helped me build and develop and then make the right decisions. So moving on, I didn't end up doing sixth form at Millfield, and that was down to a teacher telling me that I needed to go to a specialist school, and I wouldn't be where I was today if my teacher hadn't told me that. So thanks, Mr. Boyd.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
So, kind of following up from the last question, what inspired you to pursue music as a career?
I think what inspired me was that I've always been a creative. I actually came to Milford as a swimmer. I had a scholarship for swimming, and as competitive and as sporty as I was, I felt like I had a creative brain. I had to utilize that. Swimming up and down a pool every day wasn't stimulating my mind, and I had some amazing teachers that helped me realize that. And Millfield is the perfect place to swap your hobby and grow. And so what inspired me to do music was I changed my scholarship to drama, and I really loved doing musical theatre and singing, and that's when I sort of discovered I could sing. And I got cast as Tallulah in Bugsy Malone, and that was my big moment at the Millfield Theatre, which is cool.
Yeah, cool.
Wow. And since leaving Millfield, what have been your highlights?
Oh wow, there's been quite a few, to be honest. I think being able to tour the world and actually travel as a job is quite an amazing thing. I think as a young kid I didn't really get to travel that much, so it's quite nice that I get to do it on not a daily, maybe a weekly basis. And then like some of the big award ceremonies, like the Brit Awards was like one of the biggest highlights, because it was like the first moment for me where I had any sort of recognition. So that was definitely a huge highlight for me.
Wow, thank you.
So finally, if you could give advice to a student at Millfield at the moment, if they wanted to follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give them?
I think my advice would be don't be afraid if what you're focusing on at the moment isn't what you feel like you want to end up doing. I think the great thing about Millfield is there are so many opportunities to be created here. And I'd never ridden a horse before, and I came to Millfield and was obsessed with horse riding. And at one stage I wanted to be a competitive horse rider, do you know what I mean? So it creates so many opportunities, and the advice that I'd say is use these opportunities that the school have, because when you leave they're not there anymore and they cost money. So do it, it's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and have a great day at the Polo.
Bye.
Thank you so much.